Welcome everybody to the Stoning Rolls. It's me, Aristotle, and David Lee. We're gonna have some fun talking about aliens today. Hey,
yeah.
Have you guys ever been visited by aliens?
Me?
Yeah. You have? What was it like? Tell me what this is like. What did they say?
We're just getting right into it, right?
Yeah, we're just jumping right into it. Do you believe in aliens, first of all?
Yes.
Do you believe those aliens have visited the Earth?
Yes.
Dave?
Man, visited the Earth. I don't know. Maybe.
I feel like everybody out in the desert's like aliens are. For some reason, aliens traverse trillions of light years to go to the Mojave Desert and just like hang out where there's nothing.
Well, have you ever been out
shapes,
there at night? The stars are beautiful.
That is cool. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. Do you think that aliens have like ancient humans on their History Channel?
Maybe that's what UFOs are. They're just the cameras for their reality TV.
Let's circle back here. Lee, you said you've had an experience with aliens.
Yeah.
I feel like we kind of glossed that over.
Yeah. I just like ran past that.
Okay, I don't know. Reverse. I can't say it was aliens, but nothing else can describe what happened. It was New Year's Eve, 2013. I was at a beach house for a New Year's party. And just around midnight, while everyone was inside, I had gone outside because I smoked at the time. So I went down to the ocean to have, like a private little moment with me and my cigarette. And my brother, Sam, and our friend Trip came down and joined me. And we're all just hanging out. And then in the distance, we see this like orange light on the horizon.
Yeah.
And we just figured, okay, that's probably like an oil thing. No, this was like right after midnight. Yeah, we were smoking. But it looked like it could have been an oil rig or something like that. Every once in a while, you can see the flames in the distance, And then we noticed that the light was going up. And we were like, okay, we were thinking it's got to be like a plane. But it didn't make sense because as it went up, it got smaller and smaller. So you could tell like the distance, the trajectory was up instead of going overhead, And it got up, it went up and up, and then paused for a second, and then boop, right into just gone.
Right into your butt.
It was nuts. And then the craziest thing after that is Sam and Trip both were like out of their mind, like they had been drugged.
What?
And they can attest to this because the next morning, both of them woke up.
But you guys were drugged, though.
Yeah.
No, but both of them woke up with complete, like, blanked out memories.
Really? No, is that true?
It's true, I swear.
Whoa.
Lee, you got to stop roofing people in the desert.
To be fair, we do think they got roofied, and I'm not blaming that on aliens, but we did see something.
That's nothing to joke about. And speaking of that, this episode may be brought to you by this thing is called Undo. Listen, you talked about roofies. I got to bring this up now. This is I was at VidCon last week and I met this guy who sells like weed products or weed related products. And I'm going to try this right now live on the air. This is called Undo. You're supposed to take it if you're partaking. And then apparently you feel fine the next day. But Lee, like you were saying, you feel fine the next day anyway.
Yeah, but if they want to sponsor us, no, I feel terrible. Let me try some of that.
These are 10 soft gels. Undo. Let me see. If I like it, if I feel good tomorrow, I'll let you know. And then
if your face starts to like puff up, we'll let you know.
Okay, thank you. Dave, now tell us your alien story. What happened?
Oh man, I don't have like a direct
Just look right into the camera and lie.
No, I think I don't know. I'm not saying they're not out there.
You tell me what that light was, huh?
It was an orange light. Why do aliens need lights anyway?
So this is another thing that I find interesting about this, and ufologists that are listening will concur.
What? Time out. What's an ufologist?
Ufologist is a real thing. Ufologists are people who study UFOs or UAPs. No.
I don't know.
It's not UFOologists.
It's oof.
We're gonna lose some followers. I'm sorry.
Very picky about ufology.
You guys know what emoji pops up when you type in oof? It's like that oof face.
Is it like a?
It's kind of like this one here. I don't know if you can see that. It's very
Can't see it at all.
It looks like this.
We're learning together.
It's just like that.
Okay, I can imagine that.
So, interesting factoid about where I was and the light and all this stuff. Ufologists have talked about how there's a theory that the aliens and UFOs that we see aren't actually necessarily extraterrestrial, or they are, but they've been here much longer than we have. And they're like the abyss. I hate to go back into James Cameron. Oh God, no, we're not. This is the only time we're mentioning James Cameron in this one.
Let me just say about Avatar.
Episode 2, Avatar Boogaloo.
Avatar Boogaloo.
Return to Avatar Mountain.
No, but they talk about how there is a supposed UFO mother base down just outside of the West Coast. Now, then it would make sense if that were true. I'm standing out there looking into the horizon in Malibu.
You found their base?
I see the light appear and then it goes up. I know where their base is. But if you look up, if you look up on YouTube, people finding underwater alien UFOs, I guess they're not unidentified flying objects at that point, or aerial. I don't know what they would. Subterranean. I don't know.
UAPs.
But there's some scary stories.
Lee, you said too much. Your door's going to be kicked in.
Underwater, though. Speaking of underwater, Dave, you were at Leo Carrillo and you saw some seals. They were tripping out on like krill. What was it?
Man, there's some bad algae right now.
Don't smoke the algae.
Yeah,
maybe caused by the jets on the UFOs that are under the water
that are constantly taking off.
Do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. There's some mad seals going out there.
That's crazy. Well, I got a whale of a tail. It's not alien related, but this is pretty gross. There was years ago. There was like a sperm whale, caught on a beach, and it was like dead, and they didn't know how to remove the sperm whale, so they like loaded it up with dynamite, and they
who's
blasted
doing
it. Wait, this is a true story. And then they blew it up, and it rained.
The whale himself.
It rained.
It rained chunks of whale meat.
Wow, that's like Evil Dead.
Yeah, it's very much like Evil Dead.
Is that the video where they're all on the beach and it like the stomach explodes onto all of the people looking at the whale? Because that's a fucked up video.
No, but that's hilarious also.
You should look that up. Trigger warning, you're going to puke on your keyboard. Is it true that sperm whales are named sperm whales because of the like gunk in their head that's used to make wax looks like cum?
I just wrote, why are sperm whales why are sperm whales called that?
They got cum in their head.
How the sperm whale got its name. We can learn something right now. It's a YouTube video. It's 5 minutes long.
That's too long.
That's too long.
That's too long.
I'm going to take a break then.
That's
just like every yes article. Or no.
That's like every article. They're like,
we're going to say yes.
I would just like to say that if you have not seen Avatar 2, there are space.
That's kind of like aliens.
There are space whales in that movie, and that was my favorite part, actually. It was kind of dumb, but it was my favorite part. There are space whales. They're alien whales. See?
Is that why they're named Space?
I liked E.T.
Whalians? Hey, I just learned that E.T. was supposed to be a horror movie.
Go on.
And
I was scared of it.
I don't. Yeah, well, it was supposed to be a full-on horror movie, and then like they apparently went into pre-production too on it, And then Spielberg saw one of the alien models that they had been creating or whatever, and there was a thing about a family, and he wanted to like make it more kid, family.
That's so interesting. See, that's the Spielberg touch right there.
Yeah.
And then there was supposed to be a second ET that was supposed to be like horror, and like these albino like evil ETs come down.
Oh man, I'm scared. That's nightmare fuel.
It's funny that you mentioned that, though, because he did the same thing on Gremlins.
Close Encounters. On which one?
He did that with Gremlins and Joe Dante. That was going to be like a really, really scary version of that movie. And then Spielberg saw Gizmo, the puppet. Because Gizmo was supposed to turn into Stripe in the original.
Oh, that
and he saw that and he was like, no. Gizmo's now the main character and we're making this a family movie.
And somehow Corey Feldman is going to be in this movie.
Do you think that's for better or for worse?
Oh, I think it was for better. That movie's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
So good. They're making a third one.
And a Christmas movie, too.
Oh, yeah. It's a must-watch every December.
It is definitely one of the must-watch. Steven Spielberg also did that at Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It was like
amazing.
That's
you
one
watch
of my
that
top
movie,
alien movies.
That's my favorite Spielberg movie. Steven Spielberg was telling this story about his own divorce happening. And then E.T. was like a follow-up, which was about like sort of recovering after the divorce. They're both very like family, deeply family-oriented films. It's a great movie. I recently saw it at the Hollywood Bowl, or at least the last 30 minutes of it, with the orchestra. I was an hour and a half late. It was cool though. It was a live orchestra doing the music, and you go,
that is cool.
That's probably my favorite John Williams score, also for Spielberg movies, because it's so good. It's so good.
Wait, so none of you have had like a real UFO? You've never like looked up in the sky and been like, "Oh, what the hell was that?"
I mean, I've seen like lights before.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I've definitely seen out my like window here in LA. There was one a few years ago that a bunch of people saw. I think I was like out running or something, and I saw it in the sky, and then like a bunch of people talked about it on Twitter. That's how you check to see if something really happened or if you imagined it.
Man, yeah, you have to.
Yeah, if it's real or not, it's on
once
Twitter.
Your imagination sets that Twitter account up, it's a situation.
So you both need to look up the UFOs over the Vegas casino videos. That is definitive proof, in my opinion, just because of the amount of different videos there are of the same incident. On a cloudy night, there is something in the cloud,
but it is
with
unidentified.
Lights. It's unidentified, but like what? It's literally I don't know how to describe it, but the fact that it's on like 4 or 5 different videos at the same place, shooting at the same time. It's probably there. It's just, I don't know, unidentified. Listen, here's what I think in general. I'm like, you know what? What's Occam's razor here? The alien's going to go across the universe like John Lennon's song and just come here to the Earth? Or is that going to be some guy at a military base like flying a kite? You know what I mean? I feel like that seems more... Theoretically, though, would you accept like an alien sending a pilotless drone type of thing? I think that's more wise. Why would we send our meat bags? Yeah. Like when we talk about space travel, why are we so obsessed with sending this meat bag through space?
Make a robot do it.
Well, we build pretty cool suits for those meat bags. I don't know if you've seen them.
Yeah.
Well, we might implode.
Yeah. About that. Oh yeah, update from episode 1. They went like this.
It didn't work.
It turned out they imploded. Wow. We shouldn't be laughing, guys. We shouldn't be laughing, but it is kind of funny. But we should not be laughing. I feel like it's also back
to episode 1 real quick. I have an Easter egg.
Well, yeah. What is this Easter egg you're talking about for episode 1? You guys are gonna
find out for the first time right now.
Yep.
So towards the beginning of the episode, my internet just tanked and I couldn't really see or hear what you guys were talking about. So if you go back and look, there's probably a moment in the video where I'm just kind of like wildly like react or like being, really natural or like with my eyes down at the screen, like, come on, FaceTime, come on back now. I can kind of hear what they're talking about. And then at one point, one of you goes, Dave, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, oh no, my worst nightmare.
Just
and I didn't want to, because in my head, I'm like, this is live.
dying.
We can't cut around this.
There is wow, you can't trust the editor. That's for sure.
I'm relieved that I'm not the only one with the technical errors. I was thinking about that the other day, the AI situation. Mm-hmm. I brought it up the first episode, but it's just follow up. You think they're going to regulate it? You think they're going to stop it from you think that's possible?
I've heard, I can't remember what country did it, but somewhere just did that.
Really?
Denmark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the forward-thinking countries that are like, it's like, maybe politically we shouldn't be able to do AI ads. That's a little dangerous.
Do you think AI will be able to scan the skies for aliens and find them quicker than us, just through some algorithm that it knows better than us?
Sure.
Why not?
That's what's so weird. How does it keep advancing like that? It's just a better algorithm.
It's adversarial networks. It's weird. So there's one computer that it gets better and better at doing a task, and then there's another computer that rates that computer at how well it does that task, and then it just keeps going back and forth until it's supremely perfect at a task. Because
that seems like a terrible idea. What if the one that's scary, working hard starts resenting the one who's just being all judgy the whole time?
Well, you got to judge me, bro.
That's how the nukes go off. Speaking about being worried about AI and people who are. Yeah. Look at that fucking segue, motherfuckers.
Keep bringing it back. See who does the best segue.
Elon Musk and Zuckerberg were about to have a fight. A cage match fight. Elon Musk challenged Mark Zuckerberg.
Yes, this was in the news.
Fight. And then, did you hear why he canceled the fight?
First of all, I would like to say that Mark Zuckerberg would have definitely won that fight on account of his jiu-jitsu training.
I'm only going to say this once in my life. Team Zuckerberg.
I'm going to sample that and play it all the time.
AI has already learned.
This episode is called Lee is Team
Zuckerberg. This is on Facebook though.
But did you hear how or why he canceled the match?
Yes. Tell us why, Lee.
I don't think I did.
His mom didn't want him to do it.
His mom said it wasn't okay.
And he was like, well, she pays the bills.
Are you gonna make my shirt say Team Zuckerberg? Because then
it's green.
It is green.
Lee, it's green. Key it out.
No.
I'm gonna make you a floating head.
Yeah. Oh man.
Make it just a pile of cats.
I wanted to be a head on top of a pile of kittens.
Yeah.
That sounds delightful, actually.
Where else would you rather be? Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen back to aliens? Have you ever seen the movie Fire in the Sky?
I have seen that movie with D.B. Sweeney.
You know what?
Yeah.
I have not.
And Robert Patrick?
I have not.
And Robert Patrick.
That movie truly is a traumatizing film about alien abduction.
It's got the best scene, which is the worst scene.
It's so terrifying.
Abducted by aliens, yeah. And it's worth the wait. It's kind of a brief part of the movie.
Yeah.
But it's worth the watch for that scene.
I think that was on my Netflix DVD list back in the day, and I never got to it.
We're going to watch that. We should do a Patreon episode. We'll do a listen along. Fun little factoid about Fire in the Sky.
Tell us.
My little stepbrother, when he was a kid, his nanny was Robert Patrick's sister. And she told me that, and then I found out later in an interview that Robert Patrick got that movie made or helped get that movie made because it's a true story about his cousin. His cousin was the guy who was abducted by aliens.
That's Robert Patrick's cousin?
Yeah.
So it's based on
DB
a
Sweeney in
truth.
the movie is Robert Patrick's cousin.
Does DB stand for douchebag? I've always wondered that. Hey,
Apparently he is one.
oh dang! Sorry,
So
DB.
confirmed.
Sorry you were named that. Here's another quick factoid about Robert Patrick. His brother is Richard Patrick, singer for Filter. Did you guys know that?
Yeah. Mhm.
Patrick.
Hey, wait, he was also my name, or my little brother's name. I screwed that up. I'm cutting it. Lee, cut it out.
Lee, cut that out. Anyway,
Next
welcome to
topic.
the Rolling Stones.
Now we're gonna get sued again.
I didn't.
Damn it.
Oh man, I
can't
feel like
afford
I'm
it.
being lit by a black light. I look like I'm in a haunted house. But you know what? We're going with it because the white in my beard. I feel like
Good
it's.
though. That's good.
You
But
know,
it's aliens.
it is aliens, but you know what a haunted house alien movie is? The movie Alien. That's like a outer space
So
haunted
good.
house movie. But by the way,
Yeah.
I had this question. It was big trending on the internet a couple years ago, but I have an opinion definitely on this. I think I said it on the secret Patreon episode, but I posed this question to you fellas. Is Alien a sci-fi movie or a horror movie?
Oh,
Or both.
Which one would you say it was? If you had to pick one.
Both.
That's
I might lean. That's not one of the. I might lean more horror.
False dichotomy.
I might, as someone who doesn't know as much about horror as you two, I would think I'm still going to say more horror than sci-fi.
All right. I mean, it's a scary movie. I just feel like it's a
Because that's
horror
the focus
movie.
of it. It's not like focused on like the cool gadgets or like, you know, space
No.
travel or anything like that. It's
But
you know,
it is
I mean,
you know.
it exists
that.
because it's necessary.
And I love how, wonderfully anti-capitalist it is with the company deciding, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't care, risk the human lives.
Yeah.
We can make money off this bad boy.
Yeah. What was it like? Yeah, by any means necessary, bring the alien back to Earth. That's such a compelling movie. I watch it every year. But my opinion is that it is a horror movie that takes place in the future. It's not sci-fi. It just takes place in the future. So if you made a movie about horror in the past, would that be sci-fi, or would that just be a period
That
piece?
would be a period piece.
Yeah.
Why? Well, no movie set in the past is sci-fi, except for Star Wars, but that's a fantasy.
See what I'm saying? I did have a loophole in mind, I guess.
Oh, man.
It's a little bit of a
Like
caveat.
a wormhole. Jeez.
Okay, here's a theory of mine. And this is great because it's still in the space talk.
Yeah.
I theorize this is going to get a lot of geeky people mad.
Oh, I can't
Well,
wait.
and we love the geeks because we are geeks. What up, cheese bags?
Stay fresh.
Star Trek and Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Shared universe.
No, I disagree.
I mean, come on.
Shared universe. They
Even
both
if-
take place in the same universe. And I have an argument for it, but I want to hear your argument
Even if
about
it's
why it's not.
Even with your argument, like that doesn't mean it was meant to.
No,
How
no,
about
no.
that?
I don't think it was meant to. I think it just coincidentally is.
Can't we trace everything back to something though? Like,
Yeah.
In my argument, yes, you can.
Is this like the Patton Oswalt
Let's hear it.
on
Let's hear
what is
it's
that? Parks and
Rec.
Recreation?
Yeah,
When
I
he
don't
was
remember
just-
that.
He was.
I remember
listing-
him in it, but I don't remember.
that you
Google
know
it.
that one of he started like basically reading the Mandalorian. Like,
Well, because that scene, like when he comes out
They
of the
put-
Sarlacc
yeah.
pit, is exactly like that speech. But did he talk
Yeah.
about a Star Trek, Star Wars shared universe?
They showed like an outtake of it, or I guess the extended version is just him saying, and then Star Trek, and then Thanos comes in, and he's got the
Oh, no.
Infinity
Yeah.
Stones, and then he
No.
starts like combining all
Okay.
universes. So
Here's my argument, though.
yeah, let's hear it.
All right. Here's my reasoning, and it's pretty sound logic.
let's hear this.
You got to say it first.
I'm skeptical.
Star Wars takes
is
place
real.
in this universe, correct?
Absolutely, it's real.
Because the very
used the Force
beginning-
just this morning.
Well, no, but in the movie, the very beginning says a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So that makes you go, okay, we're in our universe. It's just in a galaxy far, far away a long time ago.
Once upon a time in a far-off land.
They didn't say
That's
it was
what they're
our
saying.
universe.
Well, that's what it's insinuating, though. If a far, far away from what? If it's not insinuating it's from where we are right now in our galaxy.
Well,
so then all of Star Wars is taking place far,
in the
far
past,
away from us.
Yes, exactly. But Star Trek is also our universe in the future. So I think that Star Trek and Star Wars are shared universe, just different times.
I understand what you're saying, but I wholeheartedly disagree. You know what? I would say
I don't like it. How about that?
I think Star Trek is us, that we've learned a lot of our lessons and are no longer in the terrible hellscape that is living in Star Wars world.
And Star Trek 4 is about whales, space whales. See what I'm saying?
Star Trek 4 is Avatar 2.
Shared universe.
Yeah.
I think it's not, because Star Wars is a fairy tale. It's fantasy, right? People say it's sci-fi. It's not sci-fi. It's fantasy.
Star Trek is a fantasy. I hope you realize
Star Trek
that
is real.
not.
This whole
Don't you know that in 1997,
dedicated to this.
Khan was sent to a different planet. He was exiled. Yeah, this all happened in our universe.
Speaking of conventions, have you heard the news about Comic-Con?
Huey Lewis?
I didn't get to click on that link you sent me.
Tell us.
Because of the writer's strike, all of the major studios, or most of them, with the exception, I think, of one, which might be HBO. I'm not sure. I can't tell you. But they've all pulled out of Comic-Con.
Yes, that was what you said. That's next month. That's
so we're talking
to make
about
people angry. Why?
No, because they don't want to risk having WGA strikes at Comic-Con, I believe.
What?
And they don't have enough to pitch because they don't know how long the strike is going to go.
Oh my
there's
goodness.
so many different reasons that they can't be promoting anything.
You know what we should do, guys? Start a podcast.
Nick should have stuff.
I just
unscripted.
What do you think? I feel like Comic-Con, like the true Comic-Con elitists who were like there before movies and studios got involved, are like, yes.
Oh yeah,
it's our time again.
No Marvel there anymore.
It's like Comic-Con flashback.
Yeah, it's a throwback. Yeah.
I feel bad because I feel like it might have been my fault.
I blame you.
I think I helped ruin Comic-Con.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, how did you do that, Lee? Tell us how. Was it?
I was on a panel there last year, and now this year, all the studios pulled out.
It's the only explanation, really.
The one time, Aristotle. The one time.
That is no coincidence, Lee.
That's impossible.
Bravo team, we got it.
As you said, Occam's razor.
Yeah.
Simplest
I said
reason.
Occam's laser. I don't know if you.
Well, that's the Star Trek version.
Don't worry, it's the same universe.
It's the same universe. We're fine.
Well, I got a question. You know the Kardashians in Star Trek? Are they related to the Kardashians? How big are their butts? I don't know. I've never looked.
The what? The Kardashians?
The Kardashians. The Kardashians. Yeah. Have you seen the Kardashians? Listen, I'm saying
like
Kim Kardashian prides herself on her form, which is voluptuous. And I'm saying, can we tell this by looking at a Kardashian? If we look at her.
If we're looking at Kim Kardashian, then I feel yes.
This is a who's on first for Lee.
Kardashians. This is great for high folks. The Kardashians, are they related to Cardassians?
Think about what he's saying.
Okay, somebody answer his question. I don't know what he's talking about.
Please,
I made a Kardashian.
Stop. If I were an alien, before coming here, I feel like I would study the planet a little bit.
This one's boring. Mostly fish and birds.
You know what? No, this one is very interesting.
Think about it.
I was scrolling through TikTok Live and I came across Emmanuel Lewis live.
Webster.
Chilling there. Webster, sunglasses on, grooving to tunes. He only had it's a lot, but he had like three
people.
It was like 300 or 400 people in that group. But I was like, Oh, you'd think like a former big celebrity and then reality show personality would have more. And then the next page was just two people sleeping. And that had like 1.8 thousand people.
That's
so
a thing.
crazy.
Yeah, that's a whole
Watching people sleep,
genre.
it's fascinating to me.
Is it?
Not watching people sleep. Like, it's
You're
fascinating to
watching
me
the
that
people-
people like
I feel like I'd
watching
rather just
people
be
sleep.
sleeping. I would
Lee,
just
so
rather
you're
take
telling
that
me
time.
you
Sleeping's the
watch
best.
people who watch people sleep. That's you. You're the audience.
No, I'm not watching those
Whoa,
people.
Wait a minute. Oh, it's not a
Well,
reaction.
you just said
it's a reaction
how many
video?
there were.
Listen, I don't think that Earth is all that spectacular. I think aliens would just be like,
No, the Earth-
It has,
Wouldn't
it has its
you-
own day.
Wouldn't you like? It does have its own day. That's an excellent
I mean,
point.
do you have your own day?
Do you think aliens celebrate Earth Day?
Yeah,
Do you
they
think
must.
there's like any human beings that
Like their planet's day?
may or may have not been abducted that are currently in like a cold, dark, wet place? They're hungry, but on Earth Day,
Yeah.
a little cupcake, synthetic, obviously, because aliens don't know how to make a real cupcake to save their lives.
They're more cooks than bakers.
Yeah.
You know, I take that back. Earth is pretty damn cool. I think it's way better than Mars, and that Mars I actually
Exactly.
think Mars sucks, and that we should just stay here. Actually,
Like, think about just
my
like
opinion.
flying through the planets and you've come across Earth. There's so many planets that are just gas, and then you find these weird meat bags driving around in tin cans.
Cheese bags, Lee. Come on.
don't insult our audience, Lee.
No,
Cheese bags.
what?
I got a question also here. You know what? Why did we try to keep the water on the inside? Like we came out of the ocean, right? Where it was
Why did we
easy
try and keep
to
the
stay
water
wet.
on the inside?
And now we're like these like water sacks, like on dry land, trying to carry this water around. And I got
We should reverse Little Mermaid.
Are
is what
you
you're saying?
okay?
You want to
saying.
reverse Little Mermaid?
It's inefficient. Why?
It's
Why do
way
we-
more efficient than having the liquid on the outside. Where's it gonna go? It's just gonna go everywhere. Have you ever
Just
tried
go
Well, it's
yourself?
just gonna.
It's everywhere. You stay wet.
You
all the
no,
time.
he's saying you're
What?
in water, Lee, not you're trying to become water outside of water. You're not trying to become liquid.
Wait, are
go
you saying that we
into the
never
liquid,
like?
into
Why
the
did
wa-
we
yeah.
come out of the
Crawl
water?
out of the ocean.
Because of all the poop.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
It's pretty gross.
Well, what are we doing with it
Come
now? Is it
on,
going to
guys,
space?
use your heads. We're pissing.
We're putting it back in the water.
We
We're just
gotta
putting the
get
poop
out.
back in
We
the
gotta
water.
get out so we can continue pooping in the ocean, but not
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
eating it.
That makes sense.
So we grow little legs. We crawl out of the muck. But every time we gotta go number 2,
We go
we
back.
crawl back into the muck.
If aliens invaded the Earth, how would you react?
Depends on what their invasion is.
What if it's like a disco invasion or like the British invasion, the Beatles? Maybe that's cool then, right?
I mean,
I don't know about
mean,
disco. I take the disco thing back.
I wouldn't complain.
Would life be easier? Because we just like, I guess the aliens are just gonna kill us. They'll vaporize us.
Oh,
What you do?
Lee says no.
Do you think there are aliens walking among us disguised as meatbags?
Man,
Human meatbags?
Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, that was a
good.
good show.
spoiler alert.
Hey,
I've never seen that
first
show.
episode. It's in the first episode.
It may or may not have humans or robots. How about that?
Okay.
Or aliens. I mean,
Isn't it
don't even
interesting-
think about the robots.
Does
Don't even
anyone
think
else
about it.
find it interesting how much Star Wars took from Battlestar Galactica?
How much Star Wars took from? I thought, or isn't it the other way around? I feel like
I'm
Battlestar
pretty
Galactica-
sure Star Wars stole a lot from Battlestar Galactica and Babylon 5.
Wait a minute. Babylon 5.
Wait, I think you got it backwards.
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I did
Star
come
Wars
up with the
stole-
idea for Star Wars, and you know,
See?
I thought it was a pretty good idea. I said, sure, sounds good. You know,
Sounds like a
laser
plan,
swords.
Stan.
And they did it.
go ahead, do it, guys.
Did I get Coke
All
on
over
the mic?
Yep, you did.
Yeah.
I can hear it. It's an extra pop filter.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one for the Midwesterners and the Southerners. out there. It's
Nah,
a Coke filter.
It was
No,
soda.
I don't
It was
get it.
soda for me.
It was pop.
in Missouri.
Yeah, you guys don't
Soda
say
in
pop.
Missouri.
Not
Interesting.
pop. Mm-mm.
I know that pop is like upstate New York or Western New York. They say pop.
Yeah,
sure.
like going to
Yeah.
Cumbies to get a pop.
Yeah. So
In the
start
South,
there.
it's just Coke. You just have a
These
Coke.
all sodas are
It's
Coke.
just- you just have
Yeah.
a
What kind of Coke you
Yeah.
want?
Yeah.
What kind of Cokes you got? Dr. Pepper. But it's actually not too far off because, like, I guess Pepsi is owned by Cadbury Schweppes or something, and like Coke is owned by like Coca-Cola. I don't know.
All
Listen.
the companies are owned by like 2 companies.
Yeah, exactly.
And they were about the cage fight.
And they were about to fight, and then one of their moms said, "Oh, don't do it."
Here.
Because I had an idea. I was like, okay, so if we could put
Wait,
this cage
slow
fight
down.
together, if we got the cage fight together,
Like an underground that their moms don't know about.
in an actual cage,
Right.
they're fighting, they're duking it out,
I think that's what a cage.
Coke
Right.
and
right?
Yeah.
No, but while they're doing that, they're not looking. Lock the cage. Put it in the ocean.
You like eating lobster? Have all the lobster in the world.
Time travel. Do you think it exists? Go.
Back to
time
the
travel
alien
does
thing.
exist.
Well, they're saying there's going to be some big space announcement on the 29th.
Yeah, what is
really?
Today's the
that? I
27th.
saw.
We're
I
going to know
tried-
by the time this drops. So
I tried Googling what they were talking about because someone on TikTok was like, just Google these and you'll figure it
Yeah.
out.
I go to
did
Hank
exactly what they did.
I go straight to Hank Green for all my
I didn't
info.
get a single.
Yeah, something about what is it? Something spinning. Something about
Mary.
nebula spinning or
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Galactic
cool. Oh, Beetlejuice
clock.
might explode. Beetlejuice, they say,
There
is
is
like
that.
imminent.
Yeah. Beetlejuice is going to explode within the next, 5,000 years? Great. Big whoop for us.
So let's go outside and wait.
tell me something I don't know.
Yeah.
Tell me something that's going to affect me. Do I have to continue looking for a job?
Yeah.
Listen, I will say this about aliens. If they are watching us, we probably wouldn't even know it. Because, like, you take ants from the ground and put them in, like, a thing, and then you have an ant farm, right? And the ants are none the wiser. So I feel like if there's a difference in intelligence and sophistication...
Maybe they are wiser.
Yeah, when it's, like, way wiser
They're
than
just
us.
like, why? Yeah.
And they're
Then
like,
we
joke's
wouldn't
on you.
perceive.
We love ant hills.
I'm just saying, us to ants might be the relationship from them to us.
Very
So that-
possible.
It's such a big gap in sophistication that we would just have no perception of them.
So
like,
we
keeping
weren't
us
so
in
much
cages.
born here. We were just plucked and placed here.
Or there's the
You take three.
Prometheus theory,
Yeah.
which I know a lot of people didn't like that movie, and I actually kind
I
of enjoyed
love that movie. I love that movie.
think-
I'll say it.
Listen, it's a
You-
mixed
you know
bag.
what?
I'll say it. I'll say
You
it.
say
mixed
that.
bag.
I'm not
I
going to say
bought
it,
it.
but
I
you
bought a
say it.
Blu-ray. I bought a Blu-ray.
This is what I would like
Whoa.
to say about Prometheus.
I think.
It looks great. It's beautiful. It's a mixed bag. But if I had to say I liked it or didn't like it, I would say I do like it. And mainly because of the Fassbender sequences. They were incredible.
They're
but also,
good.
yeah. That was kind of iconic Fassbender stuff.
But
And
and keeping with the Ridley Scott theme, it works.
You know, I liked, what was the other one? Covenant
I didn't see
Yeah.
that
that came
one.
out or whatever? Like,
yeah, that had a lot of good David 8 scenes as well.
Yeah.
But the
Fassbender's
Prometheus
Yeah.
theory had, in the beginning of that, had the alien putting the DNA in the water.
Yes.
yeah.
Because that's
That's
a
true.
theory probably said by the guy with the weird hair, the aliens, that guy.
Wait, what did you... Don't make fun of me.
I saw him at Comic-Con, by the way, last year. So
Oreo.
maybe it was him who ruined it, not me.
Oh.
It was me. I did
That
it.
was usually. Yep.
I just remember just thinking, like Prometheus, it gets good, and then it does something stupid, and then it has to like build back up to get good again, and then it does another stupid thing. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It just kept like, but
I think
I
Dave
liked
disagrees. And go.
Well, it's like,
Yeah.
you know, it's almost like they were throwing you off. It's like that was just the rhythm of that movie.
right.
And I feel like most people's complaints was there wasn't enough aliens.
Right.
Which
Yeah,
you
which
mean the
kinda
aliens that they
don't need
wanted? Because there were a lot of
tons of
aliens in that.
Well, towards the yeah,
The
well, yeah,
xenomorphs.
yeah,
but
xenomorphs,
they wanted
yeah.
more xenomorphs.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I actually got the SETI newsletter, which was like
What's
the
that?
sport. It's
Oh,
just, it
that's
was like a
cool.
leaflet. It was a leaflet every month. So SETI is the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. And I got a letter from them every month as a kid because I'm a nerd. So I would get it, and you just open it up and it'd be like, yeah, we ain't found nothing yet. month after month.
Still nothing there.
It was so fun to get that stuff as a kid. Sign up for stuff.
Do you think aliens communicate through telepathy? Or in our dreams? Do you think we're dreaming?
You know, a lot of people
Explorers?
say that, and then I say, no, you had sleep paralysis, you big old turkey.
I have sleep paralysis. Do you have sleep paralysis? It's the worst.
That's your nighttime demon.
I don't. But a lot of people are like, I was abducted by aliens, and then they describe the experience, and they're clearly having sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
So I'm not just a crazy person who thinks that
but
there's
that just
aliens
means you're
coming out
just
of the ocean.
frozen in spot, not like taken.
No,
to
but they
and having
explain.
the whole thing, right?
But they'll say that like the aliens walk up against and they press on their chest. Do you get that? The chest thing?
Well, I'll tell you this: like, I can't move my body. I feel like Leonardo DiCaprio in the movie Wolf of Wall Street. Like, I cannot move, and I can sort of muster the strength to sometimes like sit up and like throw myself off.
Is it like your body numb? Do you need to see a doctor?
It's not numb, but like I can't control my breathing because it's automatic at that point. But you start to panic because you're like, I can't.
Yeah.
Body. It does feel like that there's someone standing over you sometimes.
Yeah, that's what they always say. Is they say that like they see beings and then they feel like there's something on their chest.
Well, now we're kind of going more into ghost stuff now.
There's aliens. A lot of similar ghost experiences, which is also sleep paralysis. I'm sorry to break it to you.
The first night we spent in our house, I woke up screaming. I swear I saw this like black shroud thing fly over the bed.
Well, could you move?
Yeah, I could move.
Yeah,
it's not quite paralysis. It's probably just a real life ghost.
Yeah.
That was you saw a real ghost or alien.
Yeah,
we don't know.
I feel like that's the trick. Is if you're moving, you know it's not paralysis.
But if I do have a bedfellow, I'll like sometimes like ask them to wake me up. Mm-hmm. So I'll be like, and it'll be like this. It'll come out of my mouth like that.
You're like
and
trapped in your own body.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like the video one. Metallica, trying to get your gun. It's just like that, which is terrifying. And then, then I say, just slap me in the face as hard as you can so I can wake up.
Do you ever see things? Because I know a lot of people see like dream-like things.
Yep. While you're frozen.
Do you mind talking about this?
No, not at all. This is great. I'm glad you guys are privy. You want to know about this. Sometimes like you can open your eyes just a little bit and it feels like your eyes are open, and it does see like you do see something like standing there, like over you. It's really
so crazy.
Oh.
Yeah.
If anybody listening, I live alone. Oh God, yeah. If anybody listening has sleep paralysis and sees things, let us know some stories.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy.
At stoningrollspodcast@gmail.com.
But that's one of my techniques to wake myself up is to like throw myself on
or throw yourself off the bed.
Throw myself onto the floor.
And then how do you stop yourself from
dying, breaking your nose?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's like it should be like a dream, so you wake up before you hit the ground, But I hit the ground definitely. But I think we covered it. I think we decided that aliens are real and they're in our backyard.
They're everywhere, or they're not real. That's a possibility too. I did hear an interesting theory about how it's possible that there's no life right now, but we're running out of time.
That's for the next episode. That's like and subscribe for part 2.
Like and subscribe.
Live long and prosper. I guess that's the alien saying.
Yeah, that's a Star Wars saying.
Like, hey,
same universe.
Same universe.
Battle Star Wars.
Still counts.
Well, I guess that covers it, guys. We solved aliens. Also, we got to talk about the Fermi paradox at some point, or the Furby paradox. But that won't be until the next time. I've been Aristotle. Dave's been Dave, and Lee's been Dave also. This has been the Stoning Rolls for this week. Like, share, subscribe, follow us on all the platforms. It's pretty much Stoning Rolls Podcast. At Stoning Rolls Podcast.
Also, make sure to, if you want some really fun stuff, we got some good stuff with the Patreon. We've got, if you follow us on Patreon, on one of the tiers, you're going to get whole ass secret episodes, entire episodes.
We're doing it.
We're doing it. Along with listen alongs, which is fun, where we watch a movie and do a commentary track so you can watch the movie at the same time. And it's like you're in the room with us. And if you're smoking, it's like a 4D experience. And with that, I bid you adieu.
Play the music, man.
Yeah,
Oh, it's been playing this whole time, guys.
Yeah.
The
All right,
credits.
we'll see you in a week.
I'm gonna stop recording.